Hey, friends. How is everybody doing? Happy Monday. I want to talk about cheat meals and what to do post cheat meal because we're coming out of a weekend, we're coming out of a holiday weekend, and I don't know about you, but I ate a lot of the treats. Ate a lot of the treats, and it's totally fine. It's totally fine. And I want to share why it's fine because there's actually a benefit to having cheat meals. I know. I'm a nutrition coach, and I actually encourage my clients to sometimes have cheat meals because we are in a calorie deficit when we're dieting. We're eating less than our body needs to lose weight, and there can actually be negative ramifications if we do that for too long. Isn't that interesting? When we kind of stay in a calorie deficit for long periods of time, that can actually have a negative effect. And so I want you to consider that if you have used the season to have a couple of treats, treat yourself moments, or over this weekend you did have a cheat meal and enjoyed yourself on Christmas, that I want you to consider that maybe that was actually advantageous for your body and is going to help you get that much closer to your goal faster because of your cheat meal. How is that possible? Well, when we have a cheat meal, it's like a calorie bomb on our body, which is actually really good to help jumpstart our metabolism. When we eat something that is higher calorie, a larger calorie meal, our body is going to break down that food and increase our rate of digestion, which can actually be really good. In case studies that we have done while I was going to school to study weight loss and all of these things, clients who were eating in a calorie deficit and then had a periodic cheat meal and saw that spike in their metabolism, when they got back on track and carried on, they actually lost weight at a rapid pace, large in part thanks to that one cheat meal. And so, the moral of the story, in case maybe you've been beating yourself up, is to stop it. To stop it. And instead of feeling bad about your cheat meal, making it mean that you've done something wrong, consider maybe that you haven't. And instead of mentally now beating yourself up over your decisions, to know that there's no upside to doing that. When you're beating yourself up and telling yourself that you messed up and that you can't do this, well, then we continue to mess up and we continue to not do it. And that's the problem. That's where we're going to derail our progress and gain back any of the weight, is by staying off and cheating more. And so don't look at this one instance where you had a cheat meal or the weekend or whatever it was as a reason to stop doing this. Instead, tell yourself, this might have been good for me. This has been an opportunity for me to kickstart, jumpstart my metabolism. I actually ate this weekend all of the things and physically am feeling kind of bloated, kind of puffy, kind of blah, which is a good reminder for me of how I don't want to feel. And so I'm going to use this opportunity to actually push me into this next phase, into this next season of my life where I am committed to doing better, where ongoing, I don't want to cheat. I don't want to eat these types of meals. I physically want to feel better. I want to look my best and feel my best. And so sometimes we use these instances as reasons to stay down, but I want to encourage you to maybe use it as an opportunity to like push you forth and onward to your goals. Yes? Who's here? Say hi. I see that four of you are watching. So there is actually a benefit to having a cheat meal. Don't beat yourself up, please, really. Like there really is no upside to doing that. I want you to consider something. How when we overconsume foods, or we're eating foods in quantities that we don't normally, or eating different types of foods, our body of course is just going to respond differently to that. Like, I've been eating the holiday cookies, I was eating Chinese food day before yesterday. We were eating, all of these mashed potatoes and green beans and all of these foods that I don't typically, always eat on a day-to-day basis, and in a serving size that I don't normally. It was larger portions of food. And so, of course, my body is going to be responding differently. But here's what I want to offer you. There is how your body physically looks and feels, and then there's how you think about that. Mindset is so important. We don't even realize how important and large of a role it plays in all of this. because we can look and feel a certain way. And then if we choose to think thoughts like, I feel terrible, I'm in so much pain, I feel blah, I can't believe I did that, I suck, I can't do this. All of those thoughts about how you look and feel is a choice. And notice how when you choose to think those thoughts, when you have that narrative about how you're looking and feeling, notice how you feel worse, how you feel terrible. And then when you're feeling terrible, how do you act? What do you do when you're feeling terrible? I'll tell you what we don't do. Our action is inaction, right? It's like when I feel like if I feel bloated, and I'm feeling heavy and frumpy and terrible from the foods that I ate, and then I'm thinking about that circumstance, my body, thoughts like, oh, can't believe it. Can't believe I ate all that. This is going to be so hard. This week is going to suck. I don't want to eat healthy. I don't want to go to the grocery store. I don't have to work out. When I'm choosing to have all of those thoughts, of course, I'm going to feel disconnected from my goals. I'm going to feel defeated and terrible. And then I'm going to lay on the couch. I'm not going to go to the grocery store. I'm not going to do the exercises. So, what I want to point out to you is that yes, we ate the things that is in the past. The result, the byproduct of our choices is that we look and feel how we do. That is fact. But it is optional to be thinking about that in a way that beats you down, makes you feel terrible, inadequate, and incapable. That is all optional. You can feel bloated and you can feel blah, and you can still take the action and you can still tell yourself, I'm capable, I can do this, I'm going to carry on. And that's what I want to encourage you gals to do. Regardless of what has happened yesterday or this weekend, we have to stop living in our past. We have to stop making our past mean like, oh, this is who I am. I'm destined to be somebody who can't stick to my plan and just cheat all of the time. Like, no, we live life. We live life. We're not always going to be tracking macros and eating clean 365, 24/7. Like, that's just unrealistic. Sometimes these seasons are necessary. Like, how was the cheat meal helpful for me? Because I've been dieting and I've been sticking to my macros and doing all of the things. So, how has the cheat meal actually been helpful? Like, factually for my metabolism? How was it good for my soul? How was making those memories and having those experiences really good for me? And to know that when I sit here and beat myself up and feel guilty over it, that then I rob myself of those memories of what that chapter was. And that's not fun. So instead, I'm going to look at what I can do today, regardless of how I'm feeling. Like the bloat is here, the tiredness is here, the blah is here. And so what? I'm not going to give that my attention. Instead, I'm going to put my attention on what I can do, what I'm capable of thinking and feeling, and I'm going to go and do that. Yes? It's like it's like you gals have the expectation like having a car and expecting your car to never get dirty. You're like, "Oh, but I washed my car once, so it should just stay clean forever." It's like, "No. No. The car's going to get dirty. Car's going to get dirty. Doesn't mean you have to like get rid of your car or get a new car or something is wrong with your car. Like, no, cars get dirty. We have cheat meals. That is life. It happens. And go through the drive-through, right? Take your ass to the drive-through right now, right? Like, how can you intentionally do a mind and body reset, reboot today moving forward? Because you are 100% capable of that. Yes, you are. So, what am I doing today? I am leaving the past in the past. I am. I'm going to look at this last weekend as like, it was just this little chapter. It was just this chapter in my life, and it's totally fine. It was enjoyable. It was memories. I don't normally eat those foods. I sure as shit don't bake that much in my normal day to day, and I'm not going to be baking for a little while, if I'm going to be honest. That was fun. I enjoyed it. And yes, I got on the scale today, and just so you know, fam, I am up 4 pounds. 4 pounds. And I saw that and I was like, whoa. And of course, I had that what in the world moment, which I think is normal for all of us to have because we don't sometimes expect to see the scale go up. We don't want the scale to be up. Could I have gained 4 pounds? I mean, is it possible? It is possible. I did eat a lot of food. So, if that is true, let's say I did actually gain 4 pounds of fat. It seems highly unlikely, but let's just go with that. My mentality is I'll lose it. I'll just lose it. Like I'm going to lose it. This week, I'm getting back on track. I'm going to do the things, which I'm going to go over with you in a second, but I'm going to lose it. It's no big deal. Like it's fine. All of that was worth it. It was worth it. That is called life. I wouldn't trade baking cookies with my son for the first time. Cody is one. How fun that we were able to have those moments. And I loved having a bite of the cookie with him and sharing the cookie with me and sharing the cookie with him. I love that we got to eat the foods and have those memories, and it was wonderful. So it was worth it to me. And now moving forward, I'm going to lose it. It's going to come off, right? If I get on the scale and I see that it's up and it's not possible, right? Because I didn't eat thousands upon fat. Like literally to gain 1 pound of fat, you have to consume 3,500 calories above your maintenance. That's a lot of freaking food. So to gain 4 pounds, I mean, that's tens of thousands of calories. That's a lot. So I most likely didn't gain that. And so we have to realize that when you get on the scale is indicative of body weight. Body weight. We get on the scale and we see that it's up 4 pounds, and I'm like, oh, we've gained all the fat. We're regressing. We're losing our progress. And it's like, no, body weight fluctuates. Just because the scale is up doesn't mean that something has gone wrong and you've gained fat and that you're losing progress. Like, no, for me, water retention. Right? I'm bloated. I'm retaining carbs and water and sodium, right? I've been doing these workouts. I did a workout yesterday, haven't worked out in a couple of days. Like my body is inflamed. Like all of these things are just responses to what is going on, and it's fine. It's temporary. So my mindset is I'm taking the car through the car wash today, and cars get dirty. I had the cheat meals. It's fine. Nothing has gone wrong. I'm capable of carrying on. I want to carry on. Like I said, sometimes these seasons happen to remind us of how we don't want to feel like shit. It's like the perfect reminder for me to go like I don't want to eat Chinese food. I don't want to eat another cookie. I'm okay with I actually want to eat healthy. And that's amazing, right? Like sometimes we need that ebb and flow for us to realize how we want to do things. So I'm actually looking forward this week to exercising, sweating, detoxing, right? Taking my stress and everything out onto my mat where I'm lifting my weights and doing my workouts. Like I'm actually looking forward to doing that this week. I want to move my body, and then I'm going to drink my water, right? We don't need to be taking pills and doing these detox like juices and cleanses and all that crap. Like just drink your water, 80 ounces minimum, flush out your system. Flush it out. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be hitting my macros. I'm going to be tracking, hitting my goals. I'm going to be enhancing the quality of my foods. I'm going to be focusing on micronutrients, getting more fruits, getting more vegetables in. I know that if I'm going to be eating more fiber, that the poop train is going to be moving. That's going to be a detox in itself. And so if you are watching this right now, are you ready to get back on track and carry on with me? Like seriously, friends, please don't get hung up on the cheats, on the weekends. You have to just intentionally say, today I have control over the next 24 hours, what I'm going to do with my hands, with my body, with my mind, how I'm feeling, all of the things. And I'm going to be future focused, thinking of my goals and how I am so laser focused. I'm committed to doing no matter what to get there. When I'm focusing on the weekend, when I'm focusing on my cheat, when I'm focusing on my past, that is slowing me down. And we're not going this way, we're going this way. Okay. So, cheat meals, advantageous, could be the thing that helps you jumpstart to where now the weight just starts falling off. And there's a level of seriousness that you now have going into this week saying, I'm hitting my numbers. I'm tracking, I'm working out, I'm drinking water, and I want to do all of those things. And we actually needed the cheat meal to get into this mindset. Yes? Yes. Hi, Stacy Boo. Hiya, pal. This video is perfect holiday timing. Good. Speaking to my soul right now, says Lisa Ling. So funny how dramatic we make all of this when it was literally a day. I know. I know. And it's like we're so hard on ourselves too. I like to think of how many meals I eat that are great meals, right? And even for you gals, think about it. Like you eat, let's say 3 meals a day, 7 days a week. That's 21 meals. And how many of those you gals do? You make a conscious effort to have more veggies, get your protein in, make it a cleaner meal, make it something that's macro friendly. Like there's 21 of those. And then we have one meal that is the whatever fuck it meal. And we immediately forget about the 20 other meals where we tried and did good. And it's crazy that we do that. It's crazy, one, that we have an expectation to be 21 for 21 all of the time. Like, I don't know about you, but that's not the kind of life that I'm trying to live and create for myself. So it's about balance and learning that there are going to be these days where I eat larger portion foods, I eat ingredients that differ from my normal day to day, and I actually want that for myself. And the byproduct of that is, of course, my body might respond differently by a temporary weight fluctuation, the physical bloat or the puffiness or whatever. And how I'm choosing to think about that is on me. And why in the world would I choose to think thoughts like you suck and you look terrible and you can't do it? Like, even if that is true in my mind, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. That narrative isn't going to help me get my ass up and do the things that I know I need to be doing to feel my best to reach my goal. And so you got to shelve that negative self-talk and start saying, at least like one nice thing to yourself, because you deserve it. Like, it took way more than one day to get me to where I started. Yeah. Yeah, Lisa, that's speaking the truth, right? Like, we don't gain weight from one cheat meal, just like we don't lose weight from having like one salad, right? You got it, ladies. Okay, let's have a great week. If you're watching this, hearts, if you're on board, getting back on track, I'm doing this with you. And yeah, it sucks. It sucks. Do I wish that I wasn't feeling bloated? Yes. Do I wish that I looked today how I did the beginning of last week before I ate all of this shit? Yes. But there's not any positive into me dwelling on that. Instead, it's like, this is the deck of cards. This is the hand that I've been dealt. This is where I'm at. Now what? Now what? So what? Let's freaking go.